Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Sea moss drops. Well, hello. Rise and shine. Last night I wrote Monday's blog post and I feel really good about it. I can't wait till you guys can read it. Hey Soul, hey Tori, hey Stephanie, hey my love. Hey Kim and Troy. Hey Megan. You can finally join her. Remember this morning, there's two things happening differently. One, we are starting sharply at 10:35 a.m. So within 3 minutes. Two, today we are trying it with our eyes closed. So now we're dealing with visuals. So it is your job to remain nowhere, no one, nothing. Okay? It is your job to remain in the observer seat and not reject the peace and the stillness in that seat. Because it is your instinctual space. It is your home. Okay? Do you listen to subliminals? Sometimes. Whenever I feel inspired, any type of technique I use, it's only going to be based off inspiration. It's never going to be like planned. It's never going to be like, I must do this. And if I don't do this, then I'm not going to get what I want. It's always just going to be like, ooh, this would be really cool right now. Or I'm kind of interested in doing this right now. Or like, I'm itching to do this right now. I want to do this so bad. Thank you, princess. Did a little off shoulder situation today. Little dainty vibe today. Oh, we got 1 minute till we start, guys. Get comfortable. Sit down or lie down. Get your treadmill started, whatever you need to do. It is. Why does the opposite happen when I manifest? Let's get into this do nothing session and we can get into the Q&A right after. Your mood's low today? Well, let's drop into stillness and see where we go from there. All right? It is officially, you're never getting enough of me here. Thank you. Ready? Everyone ready? Let's get into it. If you aren't ready, get ready. Let me get my timer set. Today, we are doing 30 minutes. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I will now mute myself. Get cozy, get comfortable. If you don't know how to do a do nothing session, it is pinned on my page. For those who are ready, let's go. Rise and shine. Wakey, wakey. Hi, Gracie. Thank you, Chris. How are we feeling? That was fast. Had to come in late, but 5 minutes is better than nothing. It is. That's what I started with. That was great. Good, good. Oh, thank you for explaining, Chris. Arise and shine. Oh my God, why did I just like wake up like a sleeper agent when you typed that? That's so niche. Okay, so for those who came in a little bit later, for those who may have not been here yesterday, hey Layla, hey Apples. For those who just don't know what the shift was today. So yesterday, I realized that some people had shit to do and places to be. Okay. So I decided to get started promptly at 10:35. Like we used that first 5 minutes to yap a little bit, but we got started right at 10:35 a.m. And today was 30 minutes. And we also did it with our eyes closed today. Today was the first day we ventured into the darkness and really truly sat in that state of nothingness, in that state of stillness and peace and non-obligation, right? And it felt really good. And also, it went by way faster. You fixed my attention span yesterday, LL, with a do nothing session. It low-key fixed mine too. I can read for long periods of time. I can focus on things. I can focus on nothing. I can just be. I can exist. That's what the do nothing session has done for me. I'm glad that you're feeling the benefits. Exactly. It was so fast. Yeah, it felt so fast. So yeah, we're going to do the same thing again tomorrow. We're going to do eyes closed if you're up for the challenge. Okay? Your imagination might turn up a little bit. So, if you're up for the challenge, go crazy. No, if you're up for the experiment, go crazy. Okay? What else? And tomorrow will be 35 minutes. Today I did pure silence. Like no music, no ocean sounds, no rain sounds, no nada. I started off playing the guitar music, but I was like, nope. No, actually, I didn't even turn it off. I think it turned itself off. And then the timer kept going, and I was like, oh, I'm not even going to turn it on again because this session is too good. This session is too good. Every time I do it, Capone sits down, the whole house shut down out here. Yep. Everybody doing a do nothing session. I wonder how this could benefit like small children. Same, less doom scrolling, and I've started watching YouTube videos again. Yes, long form content. Sorry. The Jersey bro came out of me, and I've never, ever, ever actually been to Jersey Shore. My sister did the session with me. How does she like it? Y'all know I got a lot of characters. Not in a medical sense. In a creative sense. Now he sleep. Good. He need to be sleep. She feels relaxed. Good. 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 That means that you have disarmed your, let's call it your old self. You've disarmed fear. You've disarmed anxiety. You've disarmed worry. You've disarmed apprehension. You've disarmed the key players in what causes resistance in your desires manifesting. You almost slept? Good too. That means you've disarmed yourself to the point where you just, that sounded kind of like your soul leaves your body. No, not like that. Well, yes, but no. For some, yes. For some, no. But yeah, it's just a deeper form of disarming. A deeper form of disarming. I do these sessions at home and I have to stop myself from falling asleep. That's why I like to I like to shake things up sometimes. There's a rose garden in the neighborhood near where I work, and I do it in that rose garden, right? Like, you could go to a coffee shop and do it. Put some sunglasses on and put your laptop in front of you and just sit. Who gonna check you? Like, just blend into the crowd. Become invisible with your energy. My friend Khadija just kind of talked about how Pisces do that. We can just become invisible with our energy, and people can almost forget that we're in the room. Like, it don't matter who you are. Like, you can do it, but to become invisible with your energy, you have to really withdraw all of it into you. Call it into you. And focus it on the observer seat. Yeah, because when you're at home, you're in a whole different mindset. You're hella comfortable. Oh, I love that idea. I'm gonna do that when I go out for my birthday next Tuesday. Ooh. I'm excited to hear how that goes. Just do nothing in the restaurant. Yeah, like, you will see how, like, you will see how everything plays its part in the field when you become an observer in public spaces. And it'll kind of feel like an out of experience. It'll feel like you're breaking the fourth wall of the show that everyone's in right now, the movie. You're breaking the fourth wall and you're like, I bet you don't know what's going to happen next. Like, you're stepping into that character, that not even character, but you're taking all of it off and stepping back into the understanding that you are source and consciousness. And it's like, that's really what a do nothing session is. Like, you're in that seat with yourself. I already kind of do that when I go out to lunch, but to intentionally dissolve will be so cool. Yep. It's really interesting. I've done it in like airports because I used to have really bad anxiety in airports. Okay. I used to have really bad anxiety in airports and just airplanes in general until I was just really fed up with it. And I just like dissolved myself. I made myself invisible. I dissolved myself in airports. Now, there are moments and times where I want to be seen. Okay. But you'll know because I'm going to put that shit on. But even when I do have that shit on, I still can make myself invisible. I can dissolve myself. And it's all about energy. It's not even about appearance or dressing down or looking ugly or anything like that. It's all about energy. Start playing with your energy and being like, it all really starts with intention. A lot of it doesn't have to do with anything outside of you, any type of talking, vocalizing, any type of thinking too much. It's really just like, I don't know. How do I explain it? How do I explain it, y'all? Cloaking. Yes. You will not see me unless I want you to. Yes. To be energetically invisible. I just been like, I used to do it as a kid. I remember doing it as a kid too. It's so weird. I'm a find a way to put it into words and better present it to you guys, because this is a whole nother concept. This is a whole nother concept than what we're usually talking about. We talk about energetics now. It feels like an outer body experience. Sometimes for seconds, I enjoy them. Feels like a simulation. It does. It feels like your energy is flushing upwards or downwards. Like it feels like a rush of something, like into you. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. What are your thoughts on seeing deceased relatives in a dream? You're just either you just wanting to experience familiar energy. Whatever they represented to you is the message that's coming to you. I can't really say exactly what your relative being in your dream means to you, because I don't know what that relative means to you. But whatever you identify them as, associate that, I guess, with something that is dominant on your mind or on your heart. Because I remember like having a dream about my dad, and he wasn't dead. He was just absent at the time. And there was a lion, a white lion, hovering over me, and I'm laying down in this grass in this field, and I see him, and I reach for him, and I'm like, Dad. And this motherfucker runs after he sees the lion. And so I turn around towards the lion, and the lion's just staring at me. It's not even charging at me or biting me or anything. It's just looking at me, and it's breathing on me, and I feel its breath on my face. And then it just sits. And I realized like it's not even there to hurt me. And like I didn't really need my dad to protect me from that. It's just like I kind of held this vision of what life would be like if I had a present father. And like how much safer I would feel if I had a present father, and like all these feelings. And so I kind of like contributed him running away, me feeling afraid, turning around, realizing it's not what I thought it was, like the real world, the scary thing or whatever. Like not having a present father is okay. You will be fine. Like that's kind of how I interpret my dreams when I see people that I know, because I'm like, how do I know this person? Like, what does this person represent in the real world? Right. And it represented like abandonment. And it was just kind of like this. I think like that was like a dissolution of abandonment issues, and just fearing being alone, and fearing not having protection, not feeling safe emotionally, physically, mentally, like just a dissolution of that. And like, because I really looked danger in the face and was like, you're not going to hurt me. Like, I'm freaking out for nothing. Like, that's kind of how the dream, I interpreted the dream in a sense. So consider it in that light. Let's see. I asked him what I should do about my situation, my dad, and he said this is how it had to happen. Ooh, interesting. You might be tapping into some type of powers that you don't even know you got. But it felt weird. It didn't feel like him, but I woke up wondering if it was. Ooh. You should talk to a legit like dream interpreter, because your energy doesn't lie. You said it didn't feel like him, but it looks like him. So I think you should talk to somebody who's really, really in tune with that. In tune with the ethers and the different dimensions, the dream world. Very interesting. Like you said, it didn't feel like him, but it looked like him. That's interesting. That's what stood out to me. I felt so good after yesterday's doomsday session. Don't know what's going on today. It's okay. Every day is not going to be peaches and cream. And that's also not a bad thing. Like, you're going to have some days where you're just fucking irritated. You're going to have some days where you just don't know what's wrong. And sometimes excuse me, sometimes a do nothing session is not exactly what you need. Sometimes you need to do the opposite and get clear on something, right? So a do nothing session is undefining, whereas clarity is defining. So when you are in a space of just fog, you can do a do nothing session, but you can evolve it into a brainstorming session. What I call a brainstorming session is where you sit with the intention to receive ideas, answers, solutions, clarity on something. And you just sit there and you allow it to be an idea that you kind of tinker with. Not in a sense of trying to figure it out and trying to fix it and trying to solve it, but you just kind of like hold it and be like, I feel blah today. Why do I feel blah today? Is it a bad thing to feel blah today? What are the characteristics of feeling blah? And just allow the thoughts to kind of circulate. They don't mean anything to you in particular. It's just you're trying to understand what your human is feeling in this very moment. I'm feeling a lack of clarity. Okay, why? Because I don't understand this situation. I feel confused about this. I feel excited about this, but nervous about this. I feel anxious about this over here. And this over here is kind of annoying. And this is also going on. Okay. So what is the number one thing that you are concerned about right now? Let's get clear on that. And then you take it from there. And then you bust all that shit down one by one. You don't have to rush all your problems and rush everything in your life and try to fix and change everything all at once. That's not the point. You can do that when you're in a state of pure awareness, but you express yourself into a human state so that you don't have to, so you can just like experience one thing at a time. It's a privilege to experience one thing at a time. Right? Self-talk and analysis is golden. Yep. When you're just source and you're in a state of pure awareness, you quite literally, boom. That makes things a little boring, no? So I'm not saying like, because I don't mind. Like, I like manifesting things in a quick way. But when you're a true explorer, you like to understand things and sit in experiences because you understand that you expressed into a human experience to understand experience from within it. And understand it like objectively too, like, and subjectively, because humanity is subjective. Like, we create meaning. So we are the only ones who can really create meaning in a sense. Emma, I went through your page last night and I got a self-concept upgrade, which was one of my desires. Go, Stephanie. Go, Stephanie. Okay, hold on. Let me scroll up. What's crazy is there's nothing going on, but I feel depressed almost. Do you feel like that's your energy? Because when I feel certain feelings and like I know I don't have really any type of reason, I realize I take on a lot of other people's energy. So I do a lot of movement practices to express that energy and shake it up, right? It's bodily, right? It's bodily. You feeling it bodily, or are you feeling it mentally? Either way, you're taking on other people's energy. So movement can look like going for walks. Movement can look like standing on a vibration plate. Movement can look like stretching. Movement can look like freestyle dancing in your room by yourself. Movement can look like going in and taking a dance class. Movement can look like going to the gym, but you don't have to go to the gym. Movement can look like just literally aimlessly walking. I love magnet walks. I set an intention and I walk in my favorite part of the city. And things do come to me. That's why I call it a magnet walk. Because I set the intention before I go on the walk. That's another self-evolved technique that I'm not researching. I'm just doing the things that my body and my mind and my person and my human enjoy doing. And things come to me because I'm doing the things that fulfill me and satisfy me. So one thing that also creates that feeling, my love, is when we're pressing pause on our human experience too much. Some people live in a state of, I'm trying to manifest something and I'm waiting for it. And those are their only two states of existence. They're like completely bypassing and foregoing the whole reason that they're expressed into a human body anyway. And that's to experience humanity. You should never be in a state of waiting. Okay? Because that is a state that is unnecessary. And you should never be in a state of trying hard to do something. You should only be in a state of receiving an interest for something. Like, I really like that. I kind of want that. A state of deciding. Okay? A state of creating space, making space. Or a state of getting the fuck out of the way, which is either living your life or dropping back into the seat of consciousness. You should never be in a state of waiting. You should never be in a state of trying hard to get something or over-efforting to get something. Okay? How do we feel about that dialogue? Is that clear? Does anyone... If I were to ask y'all what I just said, would you be able to tell me what I just said? You should never be in a state of waiting. And you should never be in a state of trying hard. Okay? You should only be in a state of receiving interest for something, deciding if you want it, making space for it, or getting out of the way and living your life or falling into the seat of consciousness. Those are the states that you should be in. Okay? Yeah. Never be in a state of lack? Hell no. When you are waiting, you only create more waiting. When you try hard, you create more reasons to try hard. Got it? All right. So you should never be in a state of what? What should you never be in a state of? There's two states that you should never... There's plenty of other states you should be in, but you should definitely never, when you're manifesting, specifically consciously manifesting, you should never be in a state of waiting. And you should never be in a state of trying hard. Yes. 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 Because those mean that you don't have it. Both of those things. So don't try to figure out what to do while you're waiting. That's a waste of time. Don't try to figure out who to be while you're waiting. That's a waste of time. Don't try to figure out, how to spend your time while something's on the way. Okay? Because that also defeats kind of the point of conscious manifestation. If you limit yourself to, I can only receive things on measurable timelines. Everyone in this chat has manifested something instantly. Let me get my charger. Everybody in this chat has manifested something instantly. You may not have known that you manifested it instantly, but you did manifest it instantly. Instant manifestation happens every day. And it happens so normally that we kind of don't even really think about it. Right? I have a post coming out about this, a blog post coming out about this. It's just minor things. Like you think about somebody and then boom, they text you or they call you. Or you say something at the same time as somebody else. That is instant manifestation. In that moment. So far, I've only manifested unconsciously, but yes, hey. It's still manifestation. Okay? This is really a muscle. Yeah, it's a muscle that atrophied the more that you got programmed, but that's okay because we stopped it right in the nick of time. Which means anytime. Anytime is a great time to stop conscious manifestation atrophy. What do you do if the closer it gets, you start doubting? There is no closer it gets. There is no time. Release the concept of time. Time is a man-made concept. Time is a measurable concept, just like space. time and space, right? Those are measurable concepts that are not more powerful than source. So the doubt is coming from believing in time and holding time on a pedestal. Thinking that time has more power than your thoughts and beliefs. I'm telling you, it's a journey of shedding. You got to keep shedding. You got to keep shedding. It is literally the journey of just ascending and releasing things. Like every single layer you get on, you're just taking off more beliefs about things that you thought mattered. Quite literally. And that's why I say just go straight. Like I'm not trying to tell y'all to bypass shit, because there are certain experiences that people need to experience. Like y'all don't have to believe everything I'm saying, because there are certain experiences that you need to experience to deconstruct your belief. I cannot deconstruct every belief that you have. A lot of deconstruction is meant to be done through experience. You are meant to experience why the fuck time does not matter. Sometimes me just saying time doesn't matter, time is a man-made concept, cannot hit you where it really, really lights you up inside, and you're like, I just had an epiphany. Aha, I get it. Oh my God. Or maybe you've already had the epiphany and you're just looking for reassurance. I've been that person too before. Or maybe you really do need to actually just experience it in real time. I possibly manifested a trip to the West Coast. Ooh. Why you say possibly? Well, we don't use words like that. Not me just stuttering like that. W stutters are way more funny than any other stutter. Because they're just like, woo, 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 woo. Okay, let me stop. All right. True, you're right. Exactly. What do we call? We call things into our experience to thwart them? Or do we call things into our experience to accept them? Do we call things into our experience to tease ourselves? No. Are you thinking from the state of someone who knows that they are source? Or are you thinking from the state of a human who life is happening to, Chris? Because I don't think God would say, it might happen, I don't know. Remember, you are source. Not going to let a bad mood stop me? Well, the bad mood's not meant to stop you. The bad mood is meant to be felt without judgment. See, we look at our bad moods as obstacles to overcome and challenges. But I think a bad mood is actually a pretty good friend. It's an honest friend. A bad mood tells you what you like. A bad mood tells you what you like, even in the absence of performative happiness. It's all a part of the human experience. Exactly. If you can still enjoy something in the absence of happiness, or in the absence of joy, or in the absence of like peace or inner calmness, if you can still like enjoy something, you understand now what it means to be source. Because at the end of the day, and when I say enjoy, I don't mean like, oh, I'm enjoying this. I mean just like feeling satisfied with something. Like I can have a badass attitude and be like really appreciative of how my skincare routine is going or feeling, and enjoying my skincare routine. But I'm still sitting in my badass attitude because that's just what I have right now. Like, and that's just what it is. And I'm allowing it to exist right now without judgment. I have a fucking attitude. Now, I might be existing in my own space. I might go to my room, or I might like just whatever. But like, I allow my attitude to exist without judgment. Like, yes, today I have a stank ass attitude and I just feel some type of way, and that just is what it is. Right? Still work hard right now? What do you mean? Wait, hold on. Is that a part of another comment? Wait. OMG, yesterday I was doing the do nothing and fear tried to cover me, and all I could say was, I am source. Literally felt a zing, and I was immediately relaxed. And that is what I'm trying to get everyone to see. What are the characteristics of source? How would, if you're literally God and you're choosing to express as a human for the fuck of it and to create your own meaning in life, then how do you talk on a regular basis? How do you walk on a regular basis? Who are you being on a regular basis? You know now that you're source, but what does that mean to you? How do you inject that into your regular everyday when you're talking and being and thinking, right? Like, for real, not conceptually or theoretically, for real, in real time, in your real life, right? What does being source mean to you? A lot of people just say, okay, I am source. But y'all are not saying, okay, but what does being source look like? In a regular day-to-day. Let me write that down. Let me write that down. Let me write that down. I'm finna write a blog post about that. What does being source expressed as a human look like in your day-to-day life? How do you weave that identity, sorry, not identity. How do you weave that truth into your way of thinking, speaking, and being without feeling performative and forced? Yeah, there's a lot I have to say about that. There's a lot I have to say about that. And there's a lot I have been saying about that. But I think that if I get it all up in a blog post, you guys will kind of have a better concept of what I mean when I say that. But yes, Janae, that's exactly what I'm talking about. That zing you felt and you're immediately relax because you're like, oh shit, I'm source. My human was just freaking out for a bit because they were choosing to believe something that wasn't true. I was being unconsciously unpresent for a moment, forgetting who the fuck I was. Like, when you get to that level, that's when the nervous system, it's easier to regulate it. Like, it's just with a simple thought, oh wait, I'm source, boom, the vagus nerve is, okay? I mean, we get to pursue what we want or just manifest it. I don't teach hard work. I teach what consciousness is. Okay? I teach how to consciously manifest your desires. Okay? And I teach how to navigate the 3D as consciousness expressed as a human being. So those are the 3 things that I teach personally. I don't teach anything else. Source means I run this ish and I move how I see fit. Circumstances be damned. Exactly, Megan. Source doesn't have problems or circumstances. It literally doesn't exist. Exactly. The problems and circumstances don't exist. It's illusory. I decided to not meet with my direct report today. She's missed this meeting 4 months, so I took the power back. Yeah, period. Like, what do you mean? I'm going to take a day off. You have a day off as well. We're going to circle back. Put a pin in it. Let's table this. I know all the corporate jargon. Circle back, put a pin in it. Let's table this. Yeah. Someone says everything already exists in the present moment. Exactly. If someone knows a secret about me, I just decide that no, they don't know because I am. You just decide, who cares? I don't care. I'm still the shit. Who cares? The release of control is the most control you will ever have. Stop caring. Stop caring. Stop caring. I'm telling y'all. I'm telling y'all be so worried about everything else. Y'all be so externally, everything out here is ruling your every thought. You know your queen status, pourtant. Pourtant. Do nothing session felt so good yesterday. That makes me so happy. We did a 30-minute one today and it was really fast. We also did it with our eyes closed. So we're going to do 35 minutes tomorrow. We're also going to do it with our eyes closed as well. You explain it so well. Manifesting comes off as less of a hobby and more like a permanent. Exactly, because it's your natural state of being. Manifestation is not something that you do. Manifestation is what you are. It's what you are. That's why even if you stopped studying all of this and stopped like learning about consciousness and manifestation, you would quite literally still be manifesting. Because you were manifesting before you started learning about manifestation. It's not something that you can just stop. That's like gravity existed before people proved that gravity existed. They just didn't know like how to explain it or what it was. Right? Emma, can I slap people for their awful behavior? Laugh my ass off. They deserve it. I'm not going to tell you to slap people. But I am going to tell you, if somebody put their hands on you, to put your hands on them back. And then also, I am going to tell you to confront a situation. Okay? And if they feeling froggy, you leap first. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to tell you. Like, I got a Leo Mars, and it's in my first house. So, I be getting bucked. I can't give too many people advice on how to handle conflict when it comes to physical conflict. Because y'all going to be in jail. And I'm working on myself. No petty fights. Yeah, no petty fights. We doing better in 2026. I haven't been in a physical altercation in a while. So I think I am doing pretty well. Never ask a Leo for real. Ever. Just don't. Or an Aries. Or a Sag. Just no fire signs. Don't ask fire signs or dominant fire placements anything about physical altercations. But yeah. What I'm going to do is start the Q&A portion now, even though we low-key just been answering questions. We're going to just do this Q&A portion for the next 15 minutes until 12 p.m. And then we're going to wrap it up. So if anyone has any questions or additional questions, because we kind of just answered a bunch of them. If anyone has any more questions, I am here. In the meantime, let's talk about what's upcoming, okay? So today is day 5 of the blind faith experiment, by the way. We have 2 more days. Yeah, we have 2 more days. The last day is on the 7th. Sorry, the 7th day is on the... Wait, we started on the 4th. Okay. So we technically have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm so confused. What the hell? Huh? I'm confused. My calendar looks weird. It's confusing me. That's weird. I'm confused. 3 days left. Yeah. 3 days left. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, that's why. Okay, I'm tripping. Because we're doing Sunday to Sunday, I threw myself off when I said 7. But Sunday to Saturday is 7 days. Sunday to Sunday is 8 days. So I threw myself off. I'm like, what the hell? Okay, so I've always been a work hard person. I don't know how to get stuff other ways. Well, you're not going to like it here, Angel, unless you're willing to surrender that mindset. How can I protect myself from bad behavior of dumbass people? You remove yourself from their presence. You do not respond when they try to talk to you. You tell them that you do not like them or want to talk to them. You don't have to say the like part, but you say you just rather not, you don't think you're compatible and you rather not talk to them. And then also, you don't talk to them. That's a big one. Like in the actual present moment, you make the choice to actually not talk to them. So that's a starter. That's a starter pack. That's a starter pack. How can I do that? First things first, I want you to understand that you are source. And what that means is you are consciousness. Okay? You are simply expressed as a human right now. So you've been programmed to work hard and value hard work, value earning things and proving things. You value that because you've been programmed to value that and you haven't been taught anything else. So it's up to you to, one, study how consciousness works and how to deprogram it. And two, it's up to you to now clarify what you will officially start programming into yourself. So that's where I would start if I were you. Because if I start breaking down the advice that I normally give, it's not going to make sense to you because it's a lot of jargon and words that are just manifestation community specific. And it's just going to confuse you. So I don't even want to go there. I just want you to first study consciousness and understand like the non-duality of it. And why consciousness is everything, like even down to this water bottle, down to my hair, down to my lip gloss. Consciousness is everything, even the air, even the invisible parts of life, even extraterrestrials, even other planets and galaxies. Consciousness is everything. So that's who you are. And you simply decided to express in this specific reality as a human being in your specific race, identity, whatever. And you can change and program your identity whenever you want to. So if you're used to hard work, if that's what's ruling you and ruling your life and you're ready to change, you're ready to step into a space of ease, I'm not going to tell you that it's going to be easy for you because for some people, the hard work thing, it soothes their ego and their pride. Earning something really makes them feel good about themselves and they hold that as supreme. Like, I worked hard for this, or I went to college for this, or I have my PhD, HIJKLMNOP, or whatever the case is. It feels good to have these achievements. And it's not a bad thing to achieve things, but it gets to a point where people don't feel like they deserve things if they don't achieve things. And that's why they don't understand like manifestation in general, because they're just like, so you just think about it and it comes. Well, that's lazy. So then they paint it as their own perception, essentially. And so they will never experience ease in that way because they think it's bad and they don't want to integrate with it. They don't want to engage with it. Right? I understand because I was like this. I'm coming out of it though. Yep. Like people take pride in hustling and just like getting it out the mud and starting from the bottom. And, you know, like people take pride in that. Please be mindful not to spam comments. Emma, have you heard about the ski disco in... No, that's crazy. But we don't want to talk about that right now. This ain't no news outlet. This is a space where we are trigger free right now, unless it's in regards to studying consciousness. Your video about not manifesting, he loves me, etc. is so right. I need to focus on self-concept. Yes, self-concept. It makes me feel sick to constantly affirm he wants me like I'm begging for it. Yep, because it's going against your natural way of receiving love. And it doesn't feel right because it doesn't align with who you are, right? Especially when your self-concept is evolving. The more your self-concept evolves, the less you're going to be willing to try to affirm or ask for someone. You're going to be more so worried about, how do I feel in this person's presence? Do they measure up to what I want? Can they meet my standards? Do they respect my boundaries? Do I feel safe with them? Those are going to be more of your concerns. Those are going to be more so what your affirmations will lean towards. It'll be less of trying to make him think or be a certain way. And it'll be more so of like my expectations. Like, there's no other reality in my world where I'm pregnant and I don't receive a push gift. Several at that. Where he's not kissing my feet because I popped something out my pussy and now they're crying. Like, so if I do get pregnant by somebody, I know the reality that I'm already going to experience, right? I'm not worried. I'm not anxious. I'm not scared. I'm not like, oh, men are trash. So how do I know that it's not going to be Well, have a conversation with the person that you're dating before you fucking marry them or get pregnant by them. I don't know. Get to know them. Do you understand what a push gift is? That's what I expect. This is what I like. Here's what I expect. Here are my expectations. A lot of stuff don't need manifestation. A lot of stuff just needs casual conversation, emotional intelligence, self-exploration. That's what a lot of this is not even, I manifested wrong or I'm manifesting right. A lot of it is common sense is just not being, you're not worried about the life skills you need. You're not worried about the skills you might need in order to actually sustain a relationship. A lot of it's not even manifestation. A lot of it is you don't understand what a healthy relationship is. So even if you do manifest them, you're going to keep losing them. Like, it just, come on. Like, this is why I say I study consciousness and I teach about consciousness, because it's not just about manifestation. It's also about, what the fuck are you aware of? She said, don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. Please don't be stupid. Please. Yep, I don't even feel worthy. So how can I manifest someone else? Yeah. And it's not that you can't. You can. You can have the worst self-concept in the world and you can manifest who you want. But one, you won't be able to enjoy it because your nervous system is fucked up and you're anxious and you're scared to lose them. And two, you're going to keep on having to manifest them back because you are not in a state of a healthy, sustained, nourishing, satisfying relationship. You are in a state of, I got them. Okay, now I got to keep them. Because you're not shedding that old self, right? So that's where we want to get. That's where we want to get. Remember, your source expressed as a human. The identity you have right now was programmed into you. Now it's your choice on what type of identity you want. What kind of self-concept you want. What kind of relationships do you want? Okay, well, how would you show up in those relationships? Everybody's so focused on the other people's behaviors. Oh, I want to change how this person is. I want to change how that person is. I want to change how that person acts. How about you change and understand that everyone in your reality will adjust to that change. And that's how you get them to change. That's how you get them to change. I'll never forget the day I was arguing with my mom and I was just like, you know what? I'm not engaging in this energy. I actually would like to have a good day. And then the next time I tried to start an argument with her, she said, I'm not engaging with this energy today. And I said, oh. And that was my reality reflecting my choices and my decisions from the other day. The switch up. So you see how your reality is a reflection of you? I could have argued with her down. But I was like, I'm not engaging with this today. I'm chilling. I don't want to argue right now. And she reflected. She reflected it right back to me. She Uno reverse. Uno reverse. And I was like, and I couldn't even say nothing. Like, I couldn't even say nothing. So, boo boo, that's how you shift your reality. It's not just about affirming or visualization or manifesting. It's also about the choices that you're making in that moment. What are you choosing to engage in and give your energy to? And how are you approaching it, right? The person who has a regulated nervous system, the person who is a multi-billionaire, the person who is living in their dream home, the person who is getting paid to exist and just inheriting billions of dollars just because they exist, they're not engaging with that energy today. They're not engaging with that energy today. And probably rarely do engage with that energy. So I'm not engaging with that energy today. Right? So that's kind of how I want y'all to see life. Like, yes, we are always manifesting. So I don't want you to focus on how to manifest something, because you're always manifesting something. The key is, who are you shifting and evolving and metamorphosing into? I made up a word. Yes, ignore it. Because when that opportunity comes, because it will you be able to contain it? Will you be able to handle it? In college, I was offered to be on a talk show on a local radio for college students, but I rejected it because I was afraid to be publicly perceived. That's why nervous system regulation is not required to manifest the opportunity. I manifested the opportunity, and this is before I knew about manifestation. But I rejected the opportunity because I could not contain the opportunity. My nervous system, my identity, my self-concept could not handle that reality of being in public, being celebrated, because it felt uncomfortable. It felt, I wasn't ready for it, right? You're listening to Healing Abandonment Subliminals. Ooh, I likes. So that's why I want y'all to understand, nervous system regulation is not mandatory to manifest your desires. Having the perfect self-concept or a good self-concept is not mandatory to manifest your desires. But boy, does it help you enjoy them. Okay? So, that is what I want us to understand. To be honest, I started trying to manifest my SP back into my life, but as I worked on my self-concept, I started to not want them as badly. Yeah, because the version of you that wanted them the way that you wanted them is no longer there, right? They're no longer there. And so the things that you used to do to try to get an SP start to feel forced, performative, uncomfortable. It starts to make you feel a little like desperate and just like you're being performative. You don't feel like yourself, because you're just like, wait a second, like I literally love the fuck out of myself. Like I would do anything for myself. I'm measuring people's worthiness when it comes to me. Like it feels weird to be trying to get this person in this way. Like, and people want to also know, like, oh, Ima, how do you like manifest men, and like, you know, their personalities or how you want them to be? Let me tell you something. Do I set expectations and write in my journal clearly what I expect as far as treatment? Absolutely. Yes. Do I post pictures on my vision board of princess treatment, goddess treatment, and all my love languages? Absolutely. Yes. But the work is done. And let's not even call it work, because it's not actually work. The manifestation and the expression of the photo on the vision board and the clarification in the journal is me sitting across a dinner date and measuring his behavior against my standards or boundaries. That's what that looks like in real time. Are you engaging in conversation? Are you curious about me? Or are you looking at your phone? Are you clacking your plate like this with the fork, which irritates the fuck out of me? Like, how do you smell? Right? Are you doing all of that? Like, I'm measuring you against my standard. Because here's the thing about myself. This is why I need y'all to get up on these self-concepts. Because here's the thing about myself. I know what I like and what I don't like. I know what I enjoy and I know what I don't enjoy. And I don't want anyone to change in order to be who I prefer. I want to authentically manifest the person for me. So I'm going to allow you to be who you are so I can see if you are the person for me. That is where my self-concept is. I'm not getting dressed for you. I'm not putting my makeup on for you. I'm not doing my hair for you. I'm not sitting here doing a do nothing session before this date for you. I'm doing all of these things for myself. And that do nothing session, I love doing a do nothing session before a date. That do nothing session before each date that I do is to have that meeting with myself and to remind myself who I am before I go on this date. That is how you get goddess treatment. When you tap into the God source conscious energy before the date and remind yourself who you are, and then you walk out that door and you sit at that dinner table or wherever y'all go on your date, that is how you get goddess treatment. That is how you get people who tend to almost worship you and want to just, it seems like they just want to make you smile and they want to make you happy. They want to do things for you. They want to make life easy for you. Don't pick that up. Don't open that door. Don't do that. Don't do this. Don't do that. What do you need? Is your rent paid? Is your phone bill paid? What do you need? Tell me, please. Like, if you want that, you are source. And the more that you remember that and the more that you remind yourself of that, everyone else will feel it. Okay? Why not change them? Because they are a reflection of you. They are a reflection of you. Okay? My SP was already like that before I even did self-concept. Just a beautiful man. Love him bad. And you attracted him because of who you are. And who you were being when you were together. Like, you could never really perceive a man like that without knowing that that's what you deserve, Kaja. I'm telling y'all. It's already programmed in the blueprint. What you need and what you want is already programmed. You just have to sit still and get out of the way and allow the program to run. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. So that's kind of how I approach. So like how I approach SPs, y'all see how like at the beginning of this challenge, at the beginning of this experiment, the blind faith experiment is how I manifest SPs. So on day one, what do? We wrote down, we used our decisions pages. We call them decision pages. We don't call them manifestations. We don't call them affirmations. We don't call it the 369 method. We don't call it anything. It's just a few decisions we're making because we're God, we're source, we're consciousness expressed as a human. So we're just making decisions. They are coming to pass, right? So I will write a decision page about treatment. So I'm always embraced. People love being loyal to me. And I'm not talking, this is not even just about like romantic SPs. This is just about SPs in general, specific people. Excuse me, whether that be mentor, family, lovers, friends, audience members, people. It's just people in general, right? You missed the first day. That's okay. You can do it whenever you got the time to do it today. Thank you for the rose. So our decision pages, where basically write down what you want. You can either write down what you want, or you can write down how it feels to be in the reality where you have it. So for me, I kind of do a little bit of both, right? Sometimes I feel lazy and I just list it like $1 billion, right? But most of the time, as my imagination-oriented Pisces self, I like to say stuff like, I love receiving push gifts. It feels so good to be fully seen, heard, accepted, and wanted. Like, in every relationship that I have, I am fully embraced and loved authentically and genuinely. Like, it just feels really good. So that way, any SP that I call in has that characteristic, right? It doesn't matter, romantic, platonic, whatever, they have that characteristic, right? Another thing I would clarify, like, if I'm like specifically wanting to talk about like romantic relationships, it's more so like I will go more into like the sex life and like parenting with each other, or just like our partner and team orientation, or our dynamic, like our strengths, and how we are there to support each other with our weaknesses or whatever the case is. I just talk about stuff like that. Currently though, I'm not on that right now. I want a roster this summer. So it's looking a little different. The decision pages are looking a little, I'm making different decisions. So yeah, that's where I am. Yeah, I want a 3P. I want a 3P this summer. I want a 3-person roster. Yeah. And I'm excited because I've made the decision for this roster. So a few more decisions I made. I'm not going to go down my whole list. A 3P. Wait, what is it? A 3P. A 3P. A 3P. A 3-person roster. Y'all think 3P like third party? No. I have like, I'm a Black American, so we have lingo where I live that coincides with, I guess, manifestation lingo. 3P, third party. But a 3P, a 3-person roster is 3 people. Like before I left Charlotte, I had a 2P. I had a 2-piece. I had a 2-piece. I had a 3-piece. That's where I really got it from. We would call them 2 pieces and 3 pieces, but we just shortened it to P eventually. And then during the pandemic, it just stuck because everybody was at the house, so communication was like rapid. I'm having 4. I want a man for each sign. Just need air and earth now. Ooh, you adventurous. I like that. I like that. Nigga outside just got a damn bath. Die to go outside. Okay. Okay. Come on, Avatar. I have 4 right now. I just want to narrow it to one and only. Yeah, I want to get there. For me, this is really like, may the best person win. Like, may the best person win. And it's not even like a race. It's more so like, we are all starting book 1 of the Bridgerton series of Emma's love life. So it's like, there is an ending. Someone's gonna get there, but I'm just exploring these options because I don't know what I want, because I'm a new and evolved version of myself. Like, I have different interests now. I have wider interests now. So it's like, I need to explore my interests. You know? And I think that I'm really good at breakups. Like, I'm really good at breakups. I think I'm like good at breakups to my detriment sometimes though, because I'm so good at breakups that like they be like, so we're best friends now? And I'll be like, well, I mean, yeah, sure. And that's why like dating for me is so fun and light and effortless and easy. Like even during the hard moments where like there's like either lying or betrayal or some type of weird energy shift or some type of own personal growth that impedes on the relationship, whatever. I just like talk them through it. Because I'm so understanding, but I'm also like so like emotionally intelligent. I can like guide us through the breakup without it being like a hateful ending, if that makes sense. And we can still coexist. Unless you did something trifling. Then you do not have to worry about me. A romance book kind of thing, Ema. Yes. You know, I am a water sign, so. Okay, let's see. Let me read these. Ema Bridgerton is a genius. Yes. Like, I've been signing up for a lot of different things. I'm going to sign up for a kickboxing class because I'm just really interested in that. My Leo Mars wants to get out some aggression. And I also want to sign up for like, or run a sensual movement class where we do the feminine alternate of kickbox, which is just letting energy flow through our bodies. And maybe I could do one on live where I like charge $5 for it or something. I don't know. I don't know, child. I'm trying to figure out like what do I like do? Like I like to sensual dance and like free dance and energy move, like let energy move through my body. And I like to like kickbox, kick things and punch things. So, yeah. Do you know your Venus, Ema? My Venus is Aquarius. You want to do archery? I want to do archery. It's the year of trying new shit. It's a year one, y'all. It's the year of new shit. It's time to try some new try some new things, guys. What the fuck is up, Sel? My Scorpio Venus is down for some sensual movement. Yes, see? So if I went live and I started to do like a sensual movement class, would y'all be interested in that? Where we let pleasure play with our sense. Interested in that? Where we let pleasure play with our senses. I've been in work trainings all week. I've missed you all. Oh, the baby. It's okay. We will be back, Bookie. We will be back. We will be back. You guys will be into that? Okay. Because I think that another thing that sensuality gives people is confidence. And a lot of people don't realize that their lack of confidence comes from sexual trauma, comes from detachment from the body, comes from detachment from the reproductive organs, comes from a resistance to creativity. And so that energy in the most creative parts of the body they're stagnant. They're stuffed. They're stuck. You know? Thank you for the rose, Drea. Tremendously interested. Okay. She said, I'm overly. You're learning French for the plot? Ooh. That's a sexy language. Thank you, Drea. But yeah, so that's what I think that we're going to focus on next. We are going to focus on trying new things. Everybody tell me one new thing that you're going to fucking try this year. I'm not playing with you. Something that excites you or satisfies you or makes you feel good or is fun. Drop it in the comments. What is your one new thing that you're going to try more than once? You're going to try it at least twice. Manifest. Okay, per. Pottery. Ooh. So boo boo, I'm gonna need you to pick a different one because you need to get a life. You need to get hobbies. You need to touch grass. We all do. We all need to get a life. You already trying manifestation. You gonna go to the gym and you gonna learn French? Okay, Stephanie. I'm trying a new hobby, pole dance. Ooh, pole dance. Okay, air ballerina. Mashi at a hardcore show. Oh, that's going to be fun. Make sure you put your elbow pads and your knee pads on. Being authentically me. Ooh, okay. But what is something... Well, I guess that could be a hobby. But you can't... Well, I guess that could be a hobby. But no. What is something that you're going to do? Like an activity. Something you're going to try. Well, that is... You know what? Let me be quiet. Let me be quiet. You might have just taught me something, goddess. I started Chinese classes already. Ooh, Chinese. That's interesting. I want to learn how to use Blender so I can add 3D designer under my belt. Ooh, Blender is fun. If I was more passionate about Blender, I would have kept on learning it. But it's like a scientist trying to... No, it's like a scientist trying to paint. And he it's not his passion. He's like, so you just put this colorful stuff on the canvas? Okay. It was kind of like that. But I really enjoyed Blender when I was interested in graphic design. I'm still actually interested in graphic design. I'm just not passionate about it enough to like make it my career. I think that's what it is. I'm still interested in it. We started a pit at the rave I went to. I got flung. Oh my God, yes. Put your freaking elbow pads on and put your freaking knee pads on to protect yourself. Because you're tiny. I want to do relaxing staycation by myself. Ooh, like maybe something with an overnight spa. Ashley, I think me and you both are looking to do the same new thing. Well, actually, I've been doing that. But not the way you said it. I want to do it the way you said it. I can't wait to get good and make all my bowls and stuff for my new condo. Ooh, yeah. You're going to be a ceramic queen. I want to see updates of your pottery. I'm exploring belly dancing. Ooh! Now that is a class I took that shifted my self-concept. Self-concept went crazy after my first belly dance class. Like, you literally could not tell me anything. Movement is not something we should shy away from, okay? Movement is devotion to the body. Movement is showing gratitude to the body. You don't have to performally say, I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for that, I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for that. Expression of gratitude can be your actions, your choices. You can say thank you by dancing and moving your body. You could say thank you and show that you're grateful for your body by stretching it every day and taking care of it. You don't have to be like, I'm grateful for my body. I'm grateful for my body. I'm grateful for my body. I'm grateful. Like, you don't have to do that. Relax. Your body's not a cop. Belly dancing sounds really fun. But yeah, so for me, redecorating my apartment. Ooh, instead of running away and getting another apartment, girl. Stop clocking my tea, Naomi. Wow. We're getting vulnerable in here. Anyways, not that she exposed me. Can you give an example on what you'd put on decisions list for healing something? I consider what a healthy life would look like. and I sit in it for a while. Exposing myself, no facts. I consider what a healthy life without it will look like. I don't have to do anything to heal. Everything I do is to nurture myself in preventative measures. There's nothing I need to do to heal myself. That's what I would see a healthy life looking like, right? So I will walk myself through that life, and naturally thoughts about that life will pop into my head. And those thoughts are my new affirmations. Those thoughts are new parts of my identity. Those thoughts come to mind when I'm eating, when I'm sleeping, when I'm moving, when I'm working, when I'm shitting, when I'm showering, when I'm doing my hair, when I'm doing my makeup, when I'm laying down, when I'm not laying down, when I'm standing up, when I'm in the kitchen, when I'm in the bathroom, when I'm in the living room, when I'm in the basement, when I'm outside, when I'm inside, when I'm in the car, when I'm in a plane, when I'm on a train. That is a new part of my identity. Period. So walk yourself through the life where it's not even about health or getting healthy. I'm low-key Lil Wayne. It's not even about health or getting healthy or healing yourself anymore. It's about well-being. And just being well and taking care of yourself and living well. Living good. It's not even about fixing something anymore. It's about taking care of something. So that's the mindset that I tend to shift into when I think about health. It's about devoting yourself to living good and being well. I think the big sticky yes, we talk about consciousness and conscious manifestation and how to navigate the 3D as consciousness. But it's also a well-being brand because it's about living a good life. See, we talk about emotional regulation and nervous system regulation. We talk about the science behind things. We talk about the woo-woo stuff too. We talk about it all, but it's really about well-being. Hey, Six. How you doing today? How do you work in the public as consciousness? I currently work from home and want to change that fits. So there was a period in life where I was working from home for a long time and I was like, damn, I don't have any friends. I don't talk to anybody. I don't do anything for real outside my house. And so I got a job as a hostess in this art museum downtown. And it was also a hotel, but it also had a cute little restaurant, fine dining restaurant in it too. So it was like this central hub of like culture, art, food, music. They had like, it was a really cool space. And so I I was like, this is the perfect place for me. I walked in one day and I asked for a job application, and then something in me was like, you know what? Can I talk to the manager? Because I identified the person that I was going to be when I was working a job. I was going to be this cool, hip, young, sexy hostess who was the face of the central of culture and knew everything about the city and knew what was going on and could point you in the right direction and just was just like that girl, right? She was like the it girl of the city. And that is what I became. Everybody still to this day calls me about shit that goes on and what's new and what's happening and what time this starts and have I heard about this event and this festival and da da da. And I'm like, I haven't heard about it because I've been in the crib lately. I'm not gonna hold y'all. So what I did was I applied for a job that I thought was the right fit, but I gravitated towards places that I could find myself as a patron, especially when I have like OD money, and I worked in those spaces. And I showed up as myself. So I talked to the manager. I was like, "Hey, how you doing? Wow, okay. I like this get up you have on. I like the ensemble. Yeah. It's really like earthy. I like that. It's down to earth. I like you already. Yeah, okay. So, what positions are you guys looking to fill? I'm very multifaceted, so I'm trying to figure out what position will work best for me. I heard that you guys were hiring. And that's kind of how I charm the panties off of every manager that I have. Not literally, but in the sense of like, I get every job because I already know I'm going to get the job. I'm just looking for where I fit within their paradigm. Right? I'm walking in, I'm feeling confident. I look well dressed. I look clean. I look exfoliated. Skin look moisturized, right? Breath smelling good. I got my resume in my bag if necessary. I got my laptop on me, right? So I got other shit going on. So this job, don't think that I need this job, but I want to work here. And that's somebody that you want to hire because you want somebody who wants to be here. Yeah. And I told her, yeah, I used to patron this place a lot. I love it. I'm very into art. I went on a couple art tours here. I love dining here. Sometimes me and my homegirls come and we have a little nightcap here. We get a couple drinks and we head home. Like, I'm like you. I let her know I'm very well versed in this. Like, I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. And if you hire me, you'll be doing yourself a favor. Period. Right? And I do that in every position. If you want me to be your girlfriend, you'll be doing yourself a favor. If you want me to be your friend, you'll be doing yourself a favor. If you want to be your tenant, you will be doing yourself a favor. Right? That's how I see me existing in your space is doing yourself a favor. My existence helps people in ways that I don't even realize sometimes. I'm giving my housing. How can I make that person to take my housing? I don't know. I don't know. What do you think? I'm going to give you the same advice I always give you. So you tell me. I love that. I've had that feeling and haven't acted on it. Next time I feel I'll do that. Yeah. Just do it, goddess. Be intuitive. I need us to start trusting our intuition more. That's another thing that I want y'all to understand. The reason I turn the question around and ask y'all what y'all think is because y'all don't trust y'all intuition. Excuse me. And that's why you asking somebody else. Y'all don't trust y'all intuition. And that's why you asking somebody else. So, intuition exercises in my life and in my world to work out that muscle. Magnet walks, instant manifestation drills. I'll be in public and I'll say, I'm going to see someone with a red shirt within the next 2 minutes. And I'll see it. Someone's going to smile at me in the next 3 minutes. And it happens. Instant manifestation drills. Magnet walks. Go downtown or in your favorite beach town or in your favorite part of your city. Walk around with the expectation that something will come to you, whether it be an idea, person, place, thing. Be open to it all. Don't tell yourself what you're going to get. Just go. No music, no podcast, no nothing. Just vibes. Just you, your footsteps, and expectation that you're going to receive something. So if you want to strengthen your intuition, do it that way. Put yourself in positions where only you are aware of something, and it's something specific. I'm going to see a yellow kangaroo on a truck. I just made that up, but somewhere that exists, at some point, I'm going to see it. A yellow kangaroo on a truck. I already see it. I don't know why I'm getting a yellow kangaroo with a green outline and maybe like 2 thick stripes, green and orange. Yeah. Like, that's how fast you can manifest. There is never really any problem. There's never really anything wrong in the present moment. Like I say, we're all sitting here on our phones. And you can name 1,000 things that seem like they're wrong. But in this moment, there is nothing wrong. And that's what I mean by we pull the suffering from the future. We pull the suffering from the past. And we put it in the present. And we blow it up and react and respond emotionally. Well, I'm scared this is going to happen. Well, what if this happens? And da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, you don't want to do that. So, like I said, tomorrow is day 6. Tomorrow is day 6. You will be closing your eyes this time during your do nothing session. And you will still be sitting in the seat of the observer, and you still will not be interacting and engaging with your thoughts. You will still be allowing them to go across your mind as if they're cars on a highway and you're standing on a bridge above them. That is how you will be seeing your thoughts, and that is it, and that is all. If you are in our book club, we will be meeting this Sunday at 12:30. Our last meeting for this, our last do nothing session for the Blind Faith Experiment is on Saturday morning. Sunday, there will not be a do nothing session in the morning. Well, I'll be doing mine in my bed. You will be doing yours in your bed. But I will not be live doing a do nothing session. At 12:30 p.m. on Sunday, I will be in the Discord chat on a Discord call with you guys during our book club, where we have our first meeting about chapters 1 through 6 in Joseph Murphy's The Power of the Subconscious Mind. If you are in the book club, I am looking forward to seeing you this Sunday. If you are in the Blind Faith Experiment, I am looking forward to seeing you tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m. Eastern sharp. Thank you for the likes. So I hope that you enjoyed today's Do Nothing session. I love you guys. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day. And remember, respond to the world as if you are source having a human experience, because you are. Bye.